Hello Internet, my name is Ace and today I'm going to be walking you through a speed painting of Slappy. So, growing up in the 90s, obviously Goosebumps was a big part of most people's childhoods who grew up in that period. And I absolutely adored Goosebumps. I collected them and was inspired a lot by the artwork, especially the Tim Jacobus artwork. What's actually super interesting for this channel is that next week I'm going to be putting out a video interview with Tim Jacobus where he talks over his process working traditionally, working with acrylics, working with an airbrush, and how he translates that into his digital work and everything kind of in between that as well. He talks about actually getting the Goosebumps work through the new movie, what part he had to do with that. It's a super interesting interview, so hit that subscribe button down below and you should get informed about that next week. Really excited about that one coming out. It was great interview. Okay, so I decided to do Slappy, and if you want to see the sketch, the thumbnail process that I went through and the actual sketch, it's this month's Patreon exclusive video for people who donate $3 a month or more. So if you want to get that video, head on over to patreon.com/aceconnell and it'll be on there. Right, so like I say, it's Halloween and I thought it'd be awesome to do some sort of homage to the Goosebumps and the artwork from that. Now, for Slappy, so Slappy is the main character from The Night of the Living Dummy, and he's also the main villain in the Goosebumps movie that came out either last year or the year before, I can't remember now. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to kind of make an amalgamation of my favorite things from the different Slappy characters. So there's a lot of Tim Jacobus's Slappy in there, and Tim Jacobus he's obviously known for his vibrant painting and stuff like that, but as an actual character designer, I think the stuff that he does is absolutely incredible. And I wanted to capture my favorite things about Tim's character as well as the one from the movie and the TV series. So I went and looked at the TV series one. I was like, I'm not digging that, but I think in my thumbnails I did actually draw one that was not based on the TV one, but was influenced a bit more by that. I did one that was a bit more like the movie one, and this was a kind of blend between all of that, really. It's got the similar eyes from the movie. The facial structure is more along Tim's character design. So I wanted to have the values be quite dynamic in a way. So I worked from black and white first and then later added in the color. I do that quite a lot actually, because it just lets me really focus on the values and getting things so they're looking right before I worry about color. Now with this, I was using my iPad Pro in Procreate, and it was just one brush for the full thing. Even the sketch everything was done in one brush, apart from the final sketch, which I think I went over with a pencil brush. But everything was just it's like an oil brush, and I wanted you to be able to see the brush strokes and everything like that. I didn't want it super refined and airbrushy or anything like that. I wanted it to really so you could see every brush stroke. So yeah, so it's just that one brush for the full thing, just varied the opacity and varied the size, and like I said, just focusing really, really hard on those values and just getting some sort of realism. And when you're used to painting faces and skin and things like that, it's sometimes difficult to detach yourself from that a little bit and get that feeling of wood and everything like that. The reflections obviously reflect different, and the way that The skin absorbs light, it more bounces off with the wood. So that was kind of a nice challenge. And there's a lot of things like the upper lip where it sort of blends into the actual opening of the mouth. But that was all intentional. I just wanted there to be this strong feeling of darkness. And just his light, his face to just be this like just huge focal point. Because, I mean, Slappy's a creepy character. There's no, like, two ways of looking at it. It's creepy as hell. And I wanted to just capture that, and I wanted the viewer to feel not uncomfortable, but, yeah, uncomfortable. Let's go with that. And I absolutely love Halloween. I love horror. I love horror illustrations and things like that. And I'm going to start doing actually more of them because I just really love that style. So as you can see here, it's all coming together now with the values. And what I did want was I wanted a secondary light, like a backlight, to kind of wrap around the features on the right hand side. So obviously the main light source is coming from the top left, but I wanted this backlight to sort of wrap around so it kind of signifies the form of where the hair is and things like that, and signifies looking at it the right hand but his left hand side of his clothing and things like that, just so your mind gets to fill in the blanks. I mean, as it is now without those parts, your mind still fills the blanks in, but I just feel like it needed that backlight to really just allow your mind to completely fill that in. So I had my sketch on one layer. Then I worked on local values, which is something we do at the beginning, which that was just getting a nice separation between the skin tone, the eyes, the mouth, and just working like that. So that was on another layer. And then on top of that, I did all my values. So I'd do one that was set at, I'm not exactly sure on the actual exact opacities, but I think I had one set to around 40%, and I would just paint on black. Then on top of that, I would set one to 60%, paint the darker values, and then set one to 100% and really work in those darkest darks. Then I'd go on top of that again with my lights, which you can see me that I've drawn in there. And then I think on the same layer as that, but just setting the brush opacity to 100%, that's how I did my backlight. So, and then on top of that, just add a color layer, and I did all the coloring on one layer. I basically wanted to push the color a little bit and just go almost too saturated with it, but that's a purpose thing. It was more, you can see me now, I'm outlining where the light would hit from the backlight to just signify cloth and clothing. So I almost went too saturated with it because there's always like there's a heritage with the Goosebumps books, especially the 90s ones, which I've got this super saturated color scheme to them, and in the shadows it goes more purple and things like that, and I just wanted to push that a little bit, and just to try and capture that feeling of the 90s books, but more in my own style, if you get what I'm saying. So here you can see me outlining the hair, which this part here, I think this part sells the image, this backlight. It was creepy before, but having this in and just like creeping around some parts of the head and the hair and the ears and, like I said, the cloth, just really creeps it out, like totally. It sells the image, I think. In my opinion, that's the high point of the image. So again, trying to create that wood feeling. You can see on like his right eyebrow, our left, as we're looking at it, there's that shadow that comes down and wraps around the head on as we're looking at it, the left hand side, and I just really wanted it to be sold that this was a puppet. It was a freaky ass puppet. And same with the teeth as well. Like, it's because I've painted a lot of faces, you want to go in there and make the teeth feel a bit more realistic, and add the different bumps and the way that the moisture in our mouth kind of reflects the light and stuff like that. But it was I just wanted it to be dead, like wood. So as you can see here, I'm putting the shadows in. I just came up with a color, just a random saturated orangey color, and then it was just going purple with the shadows. And one trick that I did do, which I do a lot on my paintings with faces, is to use like a cold color on the whites. So things like the eyes, I think I just did it there on the eye there, was is just to make it pop a little bit more. If you're using like a really unsaturated complementary to the main color, it's just going to stick out from the face a little bit more. I think I did the same with this collar a little bit, and the teeth as well. And then I wanted the backlight to have this like almost violet-y kind of feel to it as well, just so that had a separate color from the rest of the lighting and the image, just so it really pops and just got this, like I say, this uneasy, almost freaky feel to it. So here it is. Here's Slappy. It's fully done. Have an awesome Halloween. And like I say, if you want to see that, the real thumbnails and the sketches, and I render the sketch a bit more and do like more of a finished pencil sketch, you can get that over at patreon.com/AceConnell. But until next time, have an awesome week and Halloween, and I'll see you later. Bye bye. If you want to support me and in turn grab some awesome goodies for yourself, such as early and extra videos and Google Hangouts with me from as little as $1 a month, head on over to patreon.com/AceConnell. I'll see you there.